Hello YouTube, it's been a little while. It is me, Eek-A-Job, JJ. I look a little different. I had a haircut. I usually wear hats. That's usually because I'm hiding my haircut and my horrible receding hairline and my male pattern baldness, but honestly this haircut is making me look kind of fuego. So I've been finding it hard to find motivation to film and film and edit videos. You know, it takes me a while to edit them. Even though they're not super complex, it still does take a while. Just for, 5 people max to see them in the span of 2 weeks. I think in order to help with that, I have to get over this hump of being too embarrassed to admit that I have a YouTube channel. I have to put a little bit more effort in. I've been talking to my brother who I confessed the existence of this channel to. And he said, obviously you're just starting, and he's not wrong, and that I should focus more on making videos that I want to make, not videos that I think people will want. He's my younger brother, but he's very wise. Nico, I know you're watching this. Thank you, my friend. I've been playing a lot of chess on TikTok Live, and that can be kind of fun sometimes if people are, watching and hanging out, tell me what to move, what to play, and I enjoy that. So who knows, maybe I'll pivot to chess. I mean, that's if I could find a way to combine the chess and the football. But yeah, I've been doing that recently. And it's a shame that I haven't been able to find time to film because a lot of things have happened. Barca lost 4-0 to Atletico Madrid. They conceded 4 goals in the first half. And I'll be honest, I am a big soccer guy, I'm a big soccer fan, but I did not know that they were playing that day. And when I looked at my phone, I opened up YouTube and I saw the highlights. I was like, fuck, I was pretty pissed, honestly. So that Copa del Rey match is going to be a big comeback. We've done it before. I believe we could do it again if we truly lock in and we play smart, and for fuck's sake, our defense decides to play defense. That would be great. And then the Girona is the day I decided to go all in DraftKings, and I put all of my, I think it was like $25 in there. I was looking to get maybe like $1 back or something. Lost it all because I thought it was going to be a sure W. So I've deposited $10 more into my DraftKings. They got me, and I put $5 on a 4-pick parlay. This time just random games that are happening this Sunday. Villarreal to beat Valencia. Sorry, Nico. Liverpool to beat Nottingham Forest, Roma to beat Cremonese, and AC Milan to beat Parma. I put $5 in this 4-pick parlay, and I get $27 in return. Now, despite giving up the top position in La Liga after losing to Girona, Arbelo's Real Madrid could not capitalize, and they lost 2-1 to Osasuna, giving us an opportunity to climb back to the top of the league and be first by, I believe, 1 point. So yeah, that being said, I'm gonna watch the Barca game, and then I'm gonna do my analysis on it. Around 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, I will film my reaction to my parlay and see how it went. So yeah, see you on the other side.
Okay, so it's officially later in the day now. Barcelona played at 10 o'clock this morning, and they won 3-0 against Levante. So you know what that means. Sopa League, where Barcelona, we're top of the league. Back at the top after Real Madrid lost to Osasuna, we felt like we were dominating. We had better, let's look at the stats. We dominated like crazy. 73% ball possession, more expected goals, a lot of accurate passes, way more shots. It's all nice and dandy. Fermin scored a beautiful goal. De Jong had a nice crossing, put a nice crossing away from Joao Cancelo. That being said, I am still not satisfied with the way we are defending. I hate it. We beat Levante 3-0. Levante are in the relegation zone. And sure, it was a convincing performance, but it's a convincing performance against Levante, and they had their opportunities. And just like in every single game, in the first 3 minutes, they've already got a shot on target and a good opportunity that a decent team will put away, will take advantage of. So we have a lot of work to do. I don't feel that good about this Levante win, honestly. If we had just a stronger sense of defense, it was just honestly very unconvincing performance, especially from the defense. The good news about that though is that Pedri came back. I love seeing Pedri come back. I feel like when he comes on the field, not only does he add to the team offensively and possession-wise, I wouldn't go as far as to say defensively, but there's definitely something happens in the Barcelona mentality when Pedri is in control of the midfield. And I think that does influence into the defense. And I'd like to think that it did. 1 minute did Pedri come on today? He played 24 minutes. In the first minute, Carlos Alvarez already had a shot on goal. I can't be comfortable with that, you know? We played against Levante. Who do we have next? I think it's Villarreal. They're third. I'm not confident about winning against Villarreal now on Saturday. I'm not. And then we have the Copa del Rey on the 3rd of March. I'm not confident that we are going to beat Villarreal. I think we're going to tie, at least. And then Real Madrid's going to be top, tied for top of the league. We kind of fumbled. We've been fumbling. There's something deeply wrong with our defense. And it's something that I don't know how to fix. I don't know if it's the high line meta that is fucking us over, or if it's specific players, but it is a very insecure feeling I get. Insecure in the sense where I just don't feel safe when the opposing team is attacking us, or when they put in a through ball. I don't feel confident that Koundé is gonna catch them, or Cubarsí is going to intercept the ball and clear it. I really don't. Cancelo played well. Cancelo is very creative. I like Gerard Martin. I like how he plays. A lot of Barca players don't like Gerard Martin. I think he has a lot of potential. I think he's a creative player, especially for a defender. Last season in the Champions League, I think, people blame him for losing the semifinal, but personally, I think I think he got fouled in one of the last moments of the semifinal against Inter Milan last year. And he played very, very well. He found good passes. He got rid of the ball under pressure in the defensive third. But clearly he didn't have a good game today. He had a 6.9. Cancelo, amazing. I love how Cancelo plays. He's also, I feel like some Barca players compare him to relate him to Ferran Torres just because he's kind of inconsistent and you don't really know how he's going to perform. But the thing with Ferran Torres is that when he's playing well, you don't realize he's playing well unless he's scored a goal or two. Joao Cancelo, when he has the ball, you know that it's easier to tell, you know what I mean? He feels like he knows what he's doing when he gets the ball. Ferran Torres, they're obviously two very different positions, but Ferran Torres is not a player where he has a plan every time he gets the ball. Cancelo has a plan. Does it always work out? No, but he's not freezing on the ball like sometimes Rashford does, Joao Cancelo played very well. Rafinha, he played well. He didn't score, but he was on today. He wanted the goal. You could tell he had determination. Every time he has the ball, he has determination, which is something that you either have or you don't. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't have it. Rafinha is a player who usually has it, and when he doesn't have it, he can find it again like that. Something Lewandowski, sometimes I feel like he lacks. Maybe it's the age, I don't know. But sometimes I feel like he lacks that determination. You can tell that he always wants to score a goal. Of course, he's a striker. Every striker always wants to score a goal. but I don't know. I feel like he doesn't have that oomph. I don't know how to put it, but that oomph, you know. Rafinha has a bit of that oomph, that just kind of like, oh, I gotta do this, a little bit of urgency to him, right? A little bit harder to be urgent, because urgency kind of implies quickness, and it implies reacting quickly. You know, Lewandowski's a little bit old. I mean, shit, he's like 30 something. He's not like a fucking 50. He's not just like 67, you know, and he has no reflexes, but Rafinha has that hunger, you know. Marc Bernal, he scored, so he'll get a good rating. Man of the match, we've got Frankie, Lamine Yamal, yeah, okay, and yeah, the rest of the squad, you know, whatever. Now I want to talk a little bit about my DraftKings. I started with $10 and I ended up with $9.37. So I had a 4-pick parlay: Villarreal, Liverpool, Roma, Milan winning. None of that turned into fruition, unfortunately. Well, in order for a parlay to hit, they all have to turn into fruition, but only one didn't turn into fruition, which was AC Milan, who let me down. Now this is my fault. I mean, it's always my fault. The smart thing to do is not to bet on teams that you think are going to win just because of the name, because I'm not going to pretend like I watch Serie A. I don't watch Serie A. I know Inter Milan is good because they beat us last season. You know, I don't do enough research. Let me see. Let me look at the Serie A standings here. I mean, shit, they should have definitely won, right? They're second, and they played Parma. They're in 12th. So, you know, I would have lost it, regardless of whether or not I had looked at the leaderboard. That being said, now what I'm asking myself is, why didn't I put Barcelona here? I know I lost all my money. You know, I put like $25 on Barcelona last when they played against Girona and they lost. So I don't know why I didn't add them to the parlay. Wouldn't have mattered, because I probably still would have put Milan, and you know, I would have done trash. Now I'm going to try and do a big old parlay for next week. So okay, before I do that though, the reason I don't have only $5 is because I put Villarreal to beat Valencia. Bet 5 won 857. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the games that are happening next Saturday. So let's see, Spain, La Liga. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for all the big teams that are definitely gonna win. I'm not gonna put money on Barcelona because Barcelona playing Villarreal, and that's not a definite win. And as a Barca fan, I can't put money on Real Madrid winning. I'm sorry. But I will look at Bayern Munich, PSG, Inter Milan, those teams that are definitely going to win, and I'm going to parlay that. So I'm going to look at the lineups. You know, if Manchester City plays, you know, like fucking West Ham or something, definitely put money on them. So Atletico Madrid versus Real Oviedo. I'm pretty sure Oviedo is booty cheeks. Atletico Madrid to win, definitely. Let's go to the Prem. Liverpool, West Ham. Liverpool is having a shit season, but it's still Liverpool, and West Ham is in the relegation zone. Now, I could see why somebody would put money on Liverpool, but West Ham is, you know, I'm not going to pretend like I watch West Ham all the time, but West Ham is a team that I feel like if they're in the relegation zone, they're only a few points behind Nottingham Forest. They will fight to get back up there and not get relegated. And they know they're playing Liverpool, but they also know Liverpool isn't having a great season, so I don't feel 100% confident about that one, so I'm going to skip that one. Man City, Leeds. Leeds is definitely 15th, and Man City's definitely going to smoke them because they want to win the title. So I'm going to put money on City. Boom, add them to the tally. Let's go to Italy. Now Napoli is playing Verona. So I definitely put money on Napoli. Boink. Inter. They're gonna beat Genoa. Out of curiosity, where's Genoa at? 14th. Inter's in first. Damn, just killing it this league. Okay, then I'm going to look at the Bundesliga. Oh my god, we got a classic here. Bayern Dortmund. It's a close one. No, see, I'm not gonna touch it. I'm not gonna touch it. Last but not least, League 1. PSG. Not gonna touch it. Who else is playing though? Toulouse. Not gonna touch it. All right, so let's see what we're at. We'll do 5-pick parlays plus 552. If I put $3, I get 19 back. $3 to pay 20. I'm with that. Let's see it. So we have City to win, Inter to win, Napoli to win, Atletico Madrid, and PSG. 3 to get 20 back. I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay, well, if you've watched this all the way, I don't believe you. But if you have really watched it all the way, and you want me to believe you, put in the comments if you found this relatively entertaining, or if you didn't, or put IWTUTV. I watched this until the very end in the comments, and yeah, I appreciate it. Peace. Thank you for watching, and maybe I'll see you in the next one.